Karen's obsession with control and manipulation reached a new level when she filed a lawsuit against me for declining HOA membership. Her reasoning, absurd as it was, seemed rooted in her belief that organizational authority granted her the right to dictate personal decisions. She assumed that legal threats and moral posturing could compel compliance. What she failed to realize, however, was that I had long anticipated such escalations and was fully prepared to respond with calm decisiveness, legal documentation, and strategic authority. The moment the lawsuit was filed, I reviewed it carefully. Karen's claims were baseless, grounded neither in law nor in any actual authority she possessed. Rather than reacting impulsively, I compiled all necessary evidence: property deeds, legal correspondence, and prior records of HOA overreach. Every point she raised was systematically countered with irrefutable documentation, ensuring that her lawsuit would be dismissed quickly and decisively. As expected, shortly after filing the suit, Karen attempted to escalate further by dialing emergency services. She hoped that creating a sense of urgency or fear would strengthen her position and pressure compliance. Predictably, the call arrived just minutes after her legal filing, demonstrating once again the repetitive and predictable nature of her obsessive behavior. When emergency responders arrived, Karen launched into her familiar dramatics, asserting that I had somehow violated HOA regulations or threatened community interests by declining membership. I calmly explained the legal facts. Membership was voluntary, the HOA had no authority to compel compliance, and her claims were unfounded. Officers reviewed the documentation and quickly recognized the pattern of harassment, informing her that further interference could carry legal consequences. Karen's frustration was evident. Her reliance on coercion, dramatics, and manufactured emergencies had been entirely neutralized. Each of her predictable actions had been anticipated and countered effectively, leaving her powerless and increasingly desperate. The combination of calm, lawful authority, and thorough preparation had transformed what she intended as intimidation into a demonstration of her repeated failures. Capitalizing on the predictable escalation, I further reinforced my authority. Documentation of the lawsuit, the emergency call, and Karen's repeated overreach created a permanent record of harassment and attempted coercion. This record not only protected the property but also established a clear precedent for future interactions, ensuring that any similar attempts by Karen or the HOA would be recognized as harassment. By the end of the day, the situation had been fully neutralized. The property remained secure, my decisions respected, and Karen's obsession documented as ineffective. Her reliance on coercion and theatrics, once intimidating, had now become predictable and counterable. Each escalation she attempted served only to reinforce boundaries, assert lawful authority, and demonstrate the futility of her tactics. As I walked through the farm, observing the fields, pond, and structures that had been meticulously protected, I reflected on the broader significance. Karen's obsession, relentless and audacious as it was, had become entirely predictable, allowing every escalation to be anticipated and transformed into an opportunity to assert authority. Her repeated failures reinforced the enduring lesson: lawful preparation, strategic foresight, and calm decisiveness always prevail over coercion, entitlement, and dramatics. By nightfall, the farm stood undisturbed, fully protected, and Karen's obsession once again exposed as futile. In this ongoing saga, preparation, documentation, and strategic lawful action continued to serve as unassailable shields against even the most audacious and persistent HOA interference. Each escalation she attempted further cemented boundaries, reinforced authority, and highlighted the limits of coercion in the face of strategic preparation.